What is going on? And welcome to Photography Talk episode 139. Now friends, the Canon R3 is definitely, hell, it's a badass camera. The problem is that it's been on back order or simply out of stock for most of its life. Well, the good news, and see, I'm making a point of it, that has changed. Now the R3 is in stock and it's actually ready to ship. Now we're going to discuss where you can pick one up in just a moment. We'll also have a chat about the Insta360's new camera, which is it's an action camera and a bit of a webcam. It's, kind of a hybrid. It's definitely a very interesting rig and it's pretty inexpensive as well. Now, rounding out today's discussion or stories in the news is Canon and their financials and where they believe that the imaging market is headed to. It's actually quite an interesting take, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But first, before we dive into the news, look friends, every single week we put these little bite-sized little newsreels together to keep you informed as far as what is happening in the industry. Now, of course, if we are successful and you find some value with this video, friends, I keep bringing it up over and over again, that whole YouTube algorithm really digs it, and hell, for that matter, so do we when you hit that like button. So friends, thank you very much in advance, and let's get on to this week's headlines. Now last week we spoke about the EOS R3 firmware update, which was definitely welcoming news. But even more welcome news is that the camera at Adorama is in stock and this thing is ready to ship. Now this is the first time Adorama has had the R3 in stock and it's ready to roll. So it won't be surprised if their stock is out of stock or if their inventory is out of stock by the time that you see this. Actually, I checked it right before this video again and they still have it. But hey, it's worth a shot. And what I'm going to do is, if you are interested in one of these cameras, I'm going to put a link down in the description below. Now, something to keep in mind, the R3 is the current flagship in the R lineup. Now, it comes with a ton of goodies like a 24.1 megapixel back illuminated stacked sensor, Digic X processor, eye control autofocus, 6K video recording at up to 60p. Now, the R3 also features an ISO range from 100 to 102,400, a 5.76 million dot EV with no blackout, and a very angled touchscreen. Now add into that dual card slots, a multifunction shoe, and enhanced connectivity, and friends, you have a camera that is ready to rumble. Now the EOS R3 is a cool $5,999, so if you are interested in one of these things, check your balance in your checking account before you go whipping out your debit card to pick up one of these things. Actually, before we go jumping off topic of cameras that are in high demand and tough to get a hold of, I should bring to your attention that if you're a Nikon shooter and you've been wanting one of these Z9s to be in stock, Amazon earlier this week briefly had Z9s ready to order and ready to ship. Now, of course, these things sold out very quickly. Now, what I did do is, before jumping on this video, I checked on Amazon as well, and they are showing 2 in stock and ready to ship this very moment, which is pretty freaking awesome. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link down below if you want to pick up one of these cameras as well. Now, we've talked about the Insta360 cameras many times before, but now the company has come up with something new for photographers. It is a 4K webcam that comes with a built-in gimbal. How freaking cool is that? Now, it's called the Insta360 Link, and it can only be described as, if you had a webcam and you had a action cam and those two hooked up, well, this is kind of the baby or the offspring of this thing. Now, the camera comes with a 1/2-inch sensor, a full 3-axis gimbal. The camera can record 4K video up to 30p and HD video at up to 60p. So this thing, for what it is very well equipped. Now, also note is that the AI-powered motion tracking system keeps you center of the frame. Now, other technologies include desk view mode for views of your workspace and whiteboard mode that crops everything out of frame except for the whiteboard that you're using to jot down notes. Now, when not in use, best of all, the camera even tilts down for added privacy. Now, other features include gesture control, HDR mode to prevent blown out backgrounds, face detection autofocus, and USB-C connection, which again is a nice touch. Now the Insta360 Link will be ready for orders soon, and it's going to be for $300. Now, during a recent presentation of Canon's second quarter financials, company officials were asked what their outlook was for the camera market, and the response is actually pretty interesting. Now, apparently Canon believes that the camera market has largely bottomed out as its current size, or at its current size. Now, Canon officials went on to say that going forward, they expect the professional and advanced amateur segment to expand further. Moreover, Canon is betting that cameras in these segments will both expand further and products will become much more highly developed. Now, you'll also notice there's no mention of entry-level cameras in that answer. Now, that really doesn't mean that Canon is dumping entry-level cameras. I mean, after all, they just released the R10. Now, additionally, something interesting to kind of chew on here, Canon officials noted that they believe it will be around another year or so before the camera market really gets back to normal. It's also interesting to note that they specifically mentioned the current inflation rate being the primary barrier to normalcy, and not so much what we've been hearing over and over again over the last couple years, and that is supply chain issues. So, hell, let's hope that Canon is right and that the market is trending in the upward direction. All right, friends, and that is it for this week's news. Now let's kind of shift gears and talk about our current giveaway. Here are the 3 prizes that we are giving away this month. We have a Peak Design 35-liter travel duffel bag. We have a Peak Design camera strap, and of course, a $100 Amazon gift card. Now, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you, my friend, have of winning. So get watching some other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on Photography Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you happen to introduce yourself during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win, but as I keep saying over and over again, swinging by, say hello. We would love to see you. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on Photography Talk or how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. And one other thing, if you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to head over to Photography Talk, sign up for an account. It's free to do so, and it gives you access to literally thousands of photography-related articles on the site, including news articles about camera gear, photography tutorials, and much, much more. So take a moment, sign up for an account, and get access to material that will certainly help you take your best shot. And friends, well, that is it. I'm going to start winding things down here, but first, look, every single video, I'm going to close things off with asking you to do all that YouTube stuff because it's hell, who am I kidding? It really does help the channel grow. So if you found some value with this video, friend, do me a favor, hit that like button, crush it. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? We'd love to have you part of the family. And last but not least, so therefore you don't miss a single video just like the one that you just watched here. Be sure to hit that bell so therefore YouTube does its whole notification thing and lets you know that we have a new video every single time that we come out with one. Friends, that is officially all I have here for you today. So you get out there, stay healthy, and take your best shot.